Alright, so we're here to take a look today at the Smith Wesson M&P Shield in 9mm. Very nice gun. Very slim, sleek, small profile. Perfect for concealed carry purposes. It's a compact gun. For the most part, this is still a pretty comfortable gun to shoot. When you go for these extended magazines, it gets even better. So as the name implies, it's a 9mm handgun. So it carries this 9mm cartridge right here. Made by Smith Wesson. Made here in the United States. Made by Americans. This is a perfect American gun. So this is a California model of the Smith Wesson M&P Shield. Being a California model, we got some safety features that make the gun more interesting. We have a magazine disconnect, so no resistance at all. When this magazine is not in the gun, trigger is totally disconnected. But rack it back. Now we are ready to fire. That's a safety feature for California. Another safety feature, we have these loaded chamber indicators. There's a tab right here, and it pops up whenever there's a round in the chamber. It's supposed to be red, but I haven't cleaned the gun for a while, so it's actually black. That's about the only restrictions on this gun. So what's the big deal about the Shield? Point of comparison, this is the Smith Wesson MP9 full-size handgun. It's fairly big. So as you can see, the Shield is much, much smaller compared to its bigger brother, the M&P9 full size. It's a competent handgun. It's a very popular handgun. Now, any modern gun made by a reputable manufacturer, whether it be Glock, SIG, Car, Smith & Wesson, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be reliable. Maybe what separates the guns nowadays is brand loyalty. It's just like, you know, Chevy versus Ford. Here we got Smith & Wesson versus Glock. I personally prefer Smith & Wesson. The M&P family consists of several guns. The Shield is the second newest member of the Smith & Wesson M&P family, and they definitely learn from their mistakes, mainly being the trigger. Let's take a look at the trigger on the Shield. We're going to go ahead, pull the trigger. Now we hit the wall where the trigger is about to break. And as you can see here, I'm moving my finger, but the trigger is very, very, very stiff. That's a good thing. We have a very, very crisp break. And then we're going to let it come out. A very noticeable and a very audible reset. But once again, crisp break. Very audible and tactile reset. Now here's Big Brother. M&P full size in 9mm. Okay, so it's ready to go. So pull the trigger. Now we hit the wall. We hit the wall right there. Now, as you can see, when I move my finger, there's quite a bit of sloppiness here, and it hasn't broken yet. So let's go ahead and break it. All right. Now let's check out this reset. I heard something, but that wasn't the actual reset. Okay, so we gotta go further. Did you hear it? It just reset. Let's go one more time. So that's the reset. Overall, that's been one of the main complaints with the M&P line, the triggers. Whenever you talk about bad triggers in striker fire handguns, it's typically the M&Ps that people talk about. The new trigger, it's not perfect. It's still one of the most criticized triggers on the market. Good on you, Smith & Wesson, for trying. You still got a little bit of work to do. This is one of the top selling small handguns on the market. Very, very popular. It was very hard to get here in California up until recently. It's selling, so let's do a takedown. Very easy to take down. Lock your slide back. Rotate your takedown thing, whatever. Then you got this little piece here. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it the normal way. Normally with a handgun, not here in California, you could just let the slide go forward, pull the trigger, the slide would release. That doesn't work here because here in California, the trigger is disconnected. We can still achieve the same outcome. Make sure your gun is clear. Make sure your magazine is empty. Put your magazine back. Release your slide. Pull your trigger. Release this guy. Slide comes out. I'm not going to take the whole thing apart, but here's the innards of the gun. Pretty standard. A dual recoil spring, totally captured. Otherwise, it's the same innards as a, oh wow, this gun is very dirty. Otherwise it's the same as the full size. Very similar design. Very dirty. And reassembly is just the opposite of what the takedown was. Go ahead and just put it back. Lock it back again. Release that takedown lever. That's it. Ready to fire. Check. Yeah, we're good. So who is this gun for? Concealed carry. Very suitable for that. I have several holsters for it. Favorite one so far is this nice Alien Gear holster. It's got a nice, overall very nice holster. Tension's pretty good. Anyone looking to conceal who maybe has a harder time concealing one of these guys, you know, this is probably something that you want to look into. If you're used to shooting the larger frame handguns, learning curve's not too bad. Typically you're going to get more recoil on a smaller handgun just because there's less mass. They usually compensate with a higher tension spring to kind of compensate for that. This one shoots like almost like a full size, at least for me. I can still shoot this guy better, but this is pretty darn close. Overall, I can see why the Shield is one of the most popular small guns on the market. It's got a great price, $469. You know, it's made by Smith Wesson. You know, it's one of the companies you think of. It's made in America. It's made by an American company. So overall, if you're in the market for a concealed carry handgun, or even just a maybe a range toy, you know, honestly, the Shield's gonna work for both of those purposes. I mean, yeah, it's a small gun. Primarily designed for concealed carry, pocket carry, whatever, keep on your person. But like I mentioned before, it shoots fairly large. It shoots, it's almost as comfortable as this full size. So, you know, some of the other smaller guns are strictly only for concealed carry. This works almost every purpose. Range toy, home defense, concealed carry, pocket carry, car carry. Very versatile gun. Smith Wesson M&P Shield 9mm. Made in America, made by Americans.